What is up, y'all? Want to take a moment and record a video. Last week I really had an amazing aha moment where I realized that I was punishing myself. Have you ever had this issue? And this issue is this, where you feel like you don't have a great enough bond or a great enough connection with your family because you're working too much, or you don't feel like you have a great spiritual connection because you can't find alone time because you're pouring all the time that you have off of work into family. The three main facets of our lives would be work, would be family, and that would be your spiritual and your personal time. Those are the three that really just, if you focus on those three and stayed in tune, but too many times in life we pass the buck from one to the other, right? And we blame one of the other parts of our life for why we don't have this part, right? We blame our obligation to family time. That's the reason why I don't have personal time. Or I work too much, so I don't have enough time to take me. You know, that's working out. That's, you know, studying scriptures. That's spending time alone with yourself, whether that's motivated or meditating or figuring out ways to motivate yourself. And I would challenge you. I just went through this last week where I was beginning to be out of balance, and I caught myself doing the same thing. And a really good friend of mine pointed out that it wasn't any one of those parts of my life that were out of tune. It was me out of tune with them. And I had to step back and re-plug back in. And so I would challenge you to do this. First, find yourself accountable for whatever portion of that is your fault. Because when I looked into it, when I delved in, it was my fault that I felt like I didn't have a great connection at home because I was working so much, or I didn't have a great spiritual life because I was focused on trying to make up the distance between the time I was missing at home with my wife and my kids. And so I had to reanalyze and figure out that what I was ending up trying to do was I was trying to split 100% of me. And that was trying to give 70% of me at work. I was trying to give 25% of me at home and 5% of me to my personal, to my little whining puppy. I think he's hungry. Shh. Go to your crate. And this is what I figured out. You can't divide yourself that way. It's not fair to you, and it's not fair to any part of your life, any one of those facets, right? Giving 70% of yourself at work isn't fair to your boss. Giving 25% of yourself at home isn't fair to your family. And giving 5% to your personal life, whether that's working out, whether that's meditating, whether that's studying scriptures, that ain't fair to you. And so you have to take a deep look, and you have to step back, and you have to remember when you're at work, you got to give 100%. And then you have to unplug, and when you go home, you give 100%. And when you're done at home and you need to do personal and meditate and get to the gym and stay focused and stay diligent in what keeps you striving, you got to step back and plug into that 100%. So I would challenge you to give 100% in everything you do. Find yourself accountable for what you're not doing to be able to give 100%. All right? I love you guys. Again, stay accountable. Let's challenge ourselves to be better, inspire to inspire. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi, we love y'all.